Guys, Fat America is pissed. That rumbling in the ground that you feel, that's not Shady J's mom running to the buffet line. That's Fat America coming for Nintendo. More specifically, Universal Studios Super Nintendo World. Yeah, the Super Nintendo World, which will be opening in Universal Hollywood really soon. They had a soft, launch. There is an issue with one of the more popular rides at this theme park, the Mario Kart ride, which I was looking forward to. Now, let me preface this. You always got to preface this when you're dealing with people. I am not fat shaming in what I'm about to talk about. I eat food all the time. I got a Whataburger cup here. I drink zero in diet, though, because I got to watch my figure. I'm a short guy. I'm about 5'6". I weigh probably about 185. So a little plump, little chubby. My waistline is not bigger than the allowed requirement for Mario Kart, which we're going to be talking about here. But I got a little saddlebags going on, and I at least kind of work out. I'm somewhat active, so I'm just saying America's been doing this thing where obesity is looked at as being beautiful and you should be proud of who you are in your own skin. And to a degree, yes, you absolutely should be proud of who you are. Some people have health issues where they just can't lose the weight, but there's a lot of people who just live in this lifestyle of chicken nuggets, McDoubles, pizza, fried chicken, and I'm included in that. I that's literally like my food menu, right? But these people are mad at a set of rules and guidelines that Nintendo made right here. Now, the funny thing is, there's going to be a backlash against Universal Studios for this, and it's going to happen quick. You're probably going to see this. Woke America that wants to push this big is beautiful agenda is going to sink the teeth into this. All right, there's some kind of like narrative out there that it's okay to be obese. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's not. It's medically fact, and I'm not shaming anybody. Again, I need work on it too. But you can see Universal's new Mario Kart ride isn't built for obese people, and Fat America is mad. What a freaking title right there. I might steal it. I might steal it for this video. So you can see there are plenty of signs that literal enlargement of our nation has some pretty drastic ramifications for the survival of our civilization. This is one of them. So you can see New York Post actually made an article right here, and it says Universal Studios' new Mario Kart ride ripped for rules restricting plus-size visitors. So it's going through a tough time right now because of some of these rules. Now, as a connoisseur of roller coasters, I gotta tell you guys, I understand height and weight limits, right? They're there for a reason, especially on roller coasters. So I'm gonna give Universal the benefit of the doubt for the for ensuring the safety of riders. You know, to me, riding a Mario Kart needs to be safe. And I know this ride isn't the fastest out there. I actually have seen video of it, but you know, if there's guidelines in place for a reason, guys. So yeah, sure, in this era where everybody's like, oh, I need to not be shamed for being overweight, you need to respect me. There's reasons for this, guys. It goes beyond your fifis. It goes beyond your feelings of Nintendo fat shaming you. There's a bigger picture here that is in the background. So you can see this says Super Nintendo World made a splashy debut at Universal Studios Hollywood this month with its soft opening, and gamers and tourists alike raced to see what the park had to offer and to get in line to test out its highly anticipated Mario Kart ride. The detail in question is that the rides are a bit smaller than some visitors would have preferred, and that larger guests may have had some trouble squeezing into them. So we have some tweets right here. And Rocco Bot says, nothing but wonderful things to say about Super Nintendo World except this. The body size limitations on the Mario Kart ride are absolutely ridiculous. I've never had any issue fitting into any ride my entire life, and I could barely fit into this one. Completely absurd. So we don't know much detail on how tall this individual is. He could be like a fucking 6'2" dude, you know, and his waist is naturally going to be like 40. So you have to think though, and I'm also going to give Universal the benefit of the doubt on this. I think this ride might actually have the original design plans that are from the Japanese ride, because it's in Japan as well. Japanese people, for the most part, are much more smaller than your average American. All right, they're much more smaller. So if they took the same design plan that Super Nintendo World in Japan had, that was probably the mistake. I think maybe Universal just wanted to get this out there, but also Nintendo is catered for children. Maybe they thought the Mario Kart ride would be more of a kid-centered ride, so they didn't take into equation that most of us Americans like to eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, 3 times a day. Continuing on, here's Anna for Twitter. She says, can we discuss how at my biggest I would not have been able to fit on Mario Kart? A 40-inch waistline is about a size 20. Are you freaking kidding me at Uni Studios? It's a dark ride. And you can see some of the screenshots right here. You can see physical requirements. Test seat available at ride entrance. So most theme parks use like a test seat where you can sit down before you enter the line queue and see if you fit. This ride employs safety restraints which may restrict certain guests from riding due to body shape and size. Guests whose waistline is at 40 inches or greater may not be accommodated on the ride and are strongly encouraged to try the test seat provided at the entrance of the attraction. So this lady was deemed too big to get in there. So who knows what's going on here? Again, maybe they just use the design plans, or maybe these things are there for a reason. The thing is, though, it is a slower ride, which begs the question, what is going on? Because the videos I've seen of it do not seem like they are too fast. Now, here was a funny response right here that was on a tweet from the Wall Street Journal. This gentleman right here says, you can't have a Mario Kart ride that Bowser and DK wouldn't even be allowed on. Dumb. So, another point right here. They have those carts, but only fit 2 per race, and half the country is obese. So, I think it was just, honestly, it's not so much that, you know, Nintendo doesn't like fat people. Universal doesn't like fat people. I honestly think it was an oversight, especially with height limitations, things like that. But you can see the average American male is too large to ride Super Nintendo World's Mario Kart ride. And this one has a little bit of a thing right here. This says height limitations have always been a challenge for amusement guests, as safety features on thrill rides aren't designed to accommodate every rider. But Mario fans flocking to Universal Studio Hollywood this month may find themselves unable to enjoy the park's most exciting attraction this time because of their waistline. So if your waistline is 40 inches or more, with the average male waist size in America now exceeding 40 inches, that limitation is going to potentially leave many guests very disappointed after enduring what will probably be very long lines at the new attraction. And again, this is a dark ride. You can see kind of a preview here. It has a screen. It doesn't go abnormally fast. This isn't like it's a roller coaster. This is a dark ride, like a Peter Pan or an E.T. that you sit down and you kind of just chill. Again, no, I think they used the design from the Japanese ride. And this does say, though, as indoor rides have become more complex and now provide riders a highly immersive experiences, the technology they employ has also become more complex and more dangerous. Trackless vehicles now definitely weave through attractions like Galaxy's Edge, Rise of the Resistance, with more speed and agility than the ride vehicles used to on classic attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge will restrain riders. as there is a serious risk of injury should a rider exit a vehicle before the ride's finish. On top of that, there's now even more emphasis on safely securing smaller children in the same seats used by adult riders, which contributes to limitations for larger guests. So maybe the seats are also smaller to help secure children. You don't want a child to fall out. Now here's Jeff Polk's quote, Senior Vice President of Resort Operations. They told Wall Street Journal that many of its park attractions offer test seats located outside the rides as a result, allowing guests to test restraints and capacity ahead of time to avoid finding themselves turned away after waiting hours. And there is a clarification here, an update, that they did clarify that the 40-inch waist size guideline is not a hard limit, and some riders who exceed the waist size might still be able to ride depending on circumstances. So I guess maybe if they're short enough, height enough, who knows? But definitely going on to this, man, there is a backlash that is brewing. You know already that the woke side of things are going to make a stink out of this. And to call it fat America and everything, I hope you guys know that was just a jest on my part. But yeah, you do have to watch out for the backlash, because a lot of times when people, I've seen legit like medical people and sports athletes and stuff say that being obese is wrong, and these people have gotten attacked in the past. So I do expect 110% fully that Universal Studios will be attacked for this situation, even though there is several safety reasons why you have to meet height and weight requirements. And if your waist doesn't fit the bar safely, you're not secure in there. So anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you on the next one.